So this video is going to be all about how to use GarageBand or Logic Pro X. They're both pretty similar, so it shouldn't be that much of a difference. And this is just like the basics of it, like everything I know, which I don't think is that much, but it should be enough to get started. So first, obviously, you're gonna have to open up the app and make a new project. Then once you open it up, a window like this should appear. So there are multiple things for you to choose. This first option is hip hop. So these options are like what kind of music you want to make. So this first one is if you want to make hip hop, and then electronic and so on. But I usually click on empty project, so I'll just choose that. And then after you do that, something like this will appear. So this first option is for like instruments that you want to plug in, like a keyboard or a drum. The second one is to use a microphone. So like if you want to sing or play the violin or whatever, you use the second option. Third option is to plug in a guitar or a bass. Fourth option, and the fourth option is to create like drums that a computer will play the drums for you automatically. But I usually just click on the first one, and all this bottom things might not have to worry about. I don't know, but I usually don't mess around with this bottom stuff, so don't worry about that. So once you click one of these, press create, and then after you click on that, something like this will appear on your screen. Alright, so on the left side of the screen, right here on the bottom left corner, this is like all the instruments that the app gives you automatically. So like bass, drums, pretty much every instrument that exists in the world. If you're using Logic Pro, GarageBand has not as much, but it has most of these instruments, so it's not that worse. All right, so this over here in the middle, this is like all the instruments that you have out at the moment. So like right now I have a piano, like a piano is turned on. So if I press a key, then something over here should show up. So that green thing means that I'm playing a note, and that volume is that it pretty much knows that I'm playing something. That's what it means, I guess. And this little circle is to decrease and increase the volume. So you can pull it up all the way, or you can decrease it all the way down. It doesn't matter. And then to make a new track, press this little plus, and then this window will once again show up, and you already know what to do. So if you want to, like, once you've created a track and you want to make another one, press on that plus, and then choose one of these. Doesn't matter. All right. So if you want to record yourself playing something, this is the record button. So you can choose if you want a count in for your recording, and this is like a metronome. So this will keep your tempo. You can either turn that off or on, or turn this off or on. I usually keep both of these on, so I won't be off tempo. So I'll press the record button and play something. Alright, so I played a little something, and this green thing should show up. So that means, like, it knows you've played something and it recorded you playing it. So you got that down. And then maybe you want to make a new track, so you like got the piano down, and now you want to record yourself playing the drums. So you click this plus, then click on the first option, and then create. Now you have created a second track. And with the second track, you can change the instrument. So right now it's at classic electric piano. So you can go down to the bottom left corner and then choose whatever instrument. Let's just say you want drums. You can either click on a drum kit, which is like real drums, like they sound like real drums, or electronic drum kit, they sound more electronic. So I usually do electronic drum kit, and then you can click any of these three. It's just like different kinds of drums. It doesn't matter which one. And then once you click on one of those three, these are all of the different kinds of drums you can choose. All of them have different effects and sounds. Let's say epic electro. Alright, so on your keyboard, if you play a note, then some drum sound should appear. I mean, not appear, but like you should hear a drum sound if you play a note on your keyboard. So you can record yourself, start at the beginning, drag this little slider thing to the very beginning, then again click the record button. Alright, so I recorded myself. Okay, so you got that. And then you can just make another track or whatever. So that's pretty much it. You can go to the left corner again and then click another instrument, make another track, play like the bass or something. And you can control the tempo, like how fast or slow you want your project to be. So up here in like this little black area, right here, it should say tempo when you drag your mouse over it. So right now it's at 120. So you can click on it and hold down, and then either slide to the left, which will bring the number down, or slide to the right, and that will bring it up. So it was at 120. I'll drag it up to 100, or I mean to 200. So once it's at 200, your project should be a lot faster. It doesn't matter where you drag it. And then if you want to hear yourself playing, you click on this little button next to the record button to the left. It's a triangle, which pretty sure you know it means play. So you click that, and then you can listen to yourself playing. Alright, and then once you heard yourself, you click on this little thing. That means that's like a shortcut. Like instead of dragging this to the left, you can instead click this little thing, and then if you watch the slider, it should go all the way to the very beginning. So it's like a faster way to, it's like a shortcut to drag it to the left. So let's say you've gotten all your tracks together, and you've pretty much done with the song or your project, except one track is a little bit too loud. Like let's say maybe the drums are a little bit too loud than the other tracks. Then you can click on this circle and then drag it to the left, And then if you drag it a little bit, it should be equal to the other noises, to the other tracks. So it won't be quite as loud as it was before. If you drag to the left and right means louder. So you can do that. And then, I mean, there isn't really much to the basics. Once you've got all those down, you should be able to pretty much create a song. It's not very difficult. You can watch other videos on YouTube. Oh yeah. All right. So you can well drag this slider to to whatever area in your project you want. And then if you want to get rid of a certain part of your song, you can drag it to the area where you want to take out the part of the song, and then select that area. So like if you just want to get rid of this one part, like on this one track, then you click on this green track and then press Command T, and then this will show up, and then make sure this is on split. You can experiment with these, but I'm not gonna worry about that. So just make sure it's on split and then click OK. And now you have split the track, and then drag your slider to another part of the song and then do the exact same thing. So Command T and then do the same thing, click OK. So now this little area of your track has been cut out from the rest of the track. So let's say this is the area you want to get rid of. So you click on just that track and then press delete, and you have gotten rid of that track. But everything else is still okay. It's just that one track that's been deleted. And maybe you want to loop yourself. So you'd click on this little thing next to the metronome and the count in. This I don't know. It's called cycle. So click that, and then this yellow thing will appear. That means like which part of your song you want to loop. So you can drag it to wherever and drag the whole entire thing. Alright, so you can loop that. And then over here in the middle section, next to this, oh yeah, and this record button, this means you want to record just this one track alone. And you can do the same for other tracks. And this circle over here, this pan, I think this only works if you have earphones or headphones, I believe, but I don't know. So if you put this all the way to the left, if you drag it all the way to the left or wherever, then that means you want like the sound to only or mostly come out of the left side of your earphone or headphone or whatever. And if you drag it to the right, it'll be the opposite, and same for all the other tracks. So to the left means the sound will only come out the left or mostly out of the left earphone or headphone. Alright, and then next to this little record button is this solo. So if you only want to hear one track but not delete all the other tracks, you can click on this solo. It's the picture of a headphone. So you can click on that, and now what's that? That made this track be the only track that can be heard, but none of the other tracks are affected. It just muted the other tracks, so you can only hear this one track. And then next to that is this mute button. So if you click that, this will do the opposite and make this one track muted, so all the other tracks will be heard. So So you can get rid of this loop. And yeah, that's about it for the basics of logic. If you have any questions, I can answer them in the comment section. And that's it.